Vasudevaya. Vaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad-gītā as it is, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupad, Founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Chapter 11, the Universal Form, text number 48. Please repeat from the word for word. Na veda-yajñādhyayanair na dānair na cha kriyābhir na tapobhir ugraiḥ evaṁ-rūpaḥ śakya ahaṁ nṛ-loke draṣṭuṁ tvad anyena kuru-pravīra na veda-yajñādhyayanair dānair na veda-yajñādhyayanair dānair na cha kriyābhir na tapobhir ugraiḥ evaṁ-rūpaḥ śakya ahaṁ nṛ-loke draṣṭuṁ tvad anyena kuru-pravīra na veda-yajñādhyayanair dānair na cha kriyābhir na tapobhir ugraiḥ evaṁ-rūpaḥ śakya ahaṁ nṛ-loke draṣṭuṁ tvad anyena kuru-pravīra na veda-yajñādhyayanair dānair na veda-yajñādhyayanair dānair na cha kriyābhir na tapobhir ugraiḥ evaṁ-rūpaḥ śakya ahaṁ nṛ-loke draṣṭuṁ tvad anyena kuru-pravīra na veda-yajñādhyayanair dānair na cha kriyābhir na tapobhir ugraiḥ evaṁ-rūpaḥ śakya ahaṁ nṛ-loke draṣṭuṁ tvad anyena kuru-pravīra na veda-yajñādhyayanair dānair na cha kriyābhir na tapobhir ugraiḥ evaṁ-rūpaḥ śakya ahaṁ nṛ-loke draṣṭuṁ tvad anyena kuru-pravīra. Would you like to try, Antonio? Oh, okay, no problem. Would you like to try, please? Na veda-yajñādhyayanair dānair na cha kriyābhir na tapobhir ugraiḥ evaṁ-rūpaḥ śakya ahaṁ nṛ-loke draṣṭuṁ tvad anyena kuru-pravīra. Please repeat. Na, never. Veda-yajñā, by sacrifice. Adhyayanair, or Vedic study. Na, never. Dānair, by dānair. Very good. Sorry. By charity. Na, never. Cha, also. Kriyābhir, by pious activities. Na, never. Tapobhir, by serious penances. Ugraiḥ, severe. Evaṁ-rūpaḥ, in this form, śakya can, ahaṁ, I, nṛ-loke, in this material world, draṣṭuṁ, be seen, tvad, then you, anyena, by another, kuru-pravīra, O best among the Kuru warriors. Translation. O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine, for neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can I be seen in this form in the material world. Please repeat. O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine. For neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances, can I be seen in this form in the material world. Purport. The divine vision in this connection should be clearly understood. Who can have divine vision? Divine means godly. Unless one attains the status of divinity as a demigod, he cannot have divine vision. And what is a demigod? It is stated in the Vedic scriptures that those who are devotees of Lord Vishnu are demigods. Vishnu bhakta smirto devaya. Devaha. Vishnu bhakta smirto devaha. Those who are atheistic, that is, who do not believe in Vishnu, or who recognize only the impersonal part of Krishna as the Supreme, cannot have the divine vision. It is not possible to decry Krishna and at the same time have the divine vision. One cannot have the divine vision without becoming divine. In other words, those who have divine vision can also see like Arjuna. The Bhagavad-gītā gives the description of the universal form. Although this description was unknown to everyone before Arjuna, now one can have some idea of the Vishvarupa after this incident. Those who are actually divine can see the universal form of the Lord, but one cannot be defined without being a pure devotee of Krishna. The devotees, however, who are actually in the divine nature and who have divine vision are not very much interested in seeing the universal form of the Lord. As described in the previous verse, Arjuna desired to see the four-handed form of Lord Krishna as Vishnu, and he was actually afraid of the universal form. In this verse there are some significant words, just like veda-yajñādhyayanair, or jajanahi, which refers to studying Vedic literature and the subject matter of sacrificial regulations. Veda refers to all kinds of Vedic literature, such as the four Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda, and the 18 Puranas, the Upanishads and the Vedanta Sutra. One can study these at home or anywhere else. Similarly, there are sutras, Kalpa Sutra and Mimamsa Sutras, for studying the methods of sacrifice. Dānair refers to charity, Dānair refers to charity which is offered to a suitable party, such as those who are engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. Similarly, pious activities refers to the Agnihotra and the prescribed duties of the different castes. And the voluntary acceptance of some bodily pains is called tapasya. So one can perform all these, can accept bodily penances, give charity, study the Vedas, etc. But unless he is devotee like Arjuna, it is not possible to see that universal form. Those who are impersonalists are also imagining that they are seeing the universal form of the Lord, But from Bhagavad Gita we understand that the impersonalists are not devotees. Therefore they are unable to see the universal form of the Lord. There are many persons who create incarnations. They falsely claim an ordinary human to be an incarnation. But this is all foolishness. We should follow the principles of Bhagavad Gita, otherwise there is no possibility of attaining perfect spiritual knowledge. Although Bhagavad Gita is considered the preliminary study of the science of God, still it is so perfect that it enables one to distinguish what is what. The followers of a pseudo-incarnation may say that they have also seen the transcendental incarnation of God, the universal form, but that is unacceptable, because it is clearly stated here that unless one becomes a devotee of Krishna, one cannot see the universal form of God. So one first of all has to become a pure devotee of Krishna, then he can claim that he can show the universal form of what he has seen. A devotee of Krishna cannot accept false incarnations or followers of false incarnations. Om ajnanatimrandasya gananjana salakya chakshurumilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya manobhistang stapitang yena bhutle svayam-rūpaḥ kadamayam dadhati svapanantikam. Vandehang Sri Guru Sri Yuta Parakamalang Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupang Sakrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vidang Tang Sajivang Sadvaitang Savarutang Prijana Saidang Krishna Chaitanya Devang Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidangscha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bando Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhano Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanang bhavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Na veda-yajñādhyayanair na dānair na kriyābhir na tapobhir ugraiḥ evaṁ-rūpaḥ śakyam ahaṁ nṛ-loke draṣṭuṁ tvad anyena kuru-pravīra. Draṣṭuṁ tvad anyena nṛ-loke ahaṁ nṛ-loke draṣṭuṁ. Here is translated, I can... Yeah, it says na veda-yajñādhyayanair na dānair na kriyābhir na tapobhir ugraiḥ evaṁ-rūpaḥ. In this form, I, Krishna, in this world, nṛ-loke, I cannot be seen. I cannot be seen. Na, all the time. Not by penance, by none of these things I can be seen. So this is a very, as far as I'm concerned, well, actually most of the Bhagavad Gita chapters are very complicated, if you really get into the nitty-gritty of it. And this one is no exception. In fact, I would say this is one of the more difficult chapters. I was getting a little off track yesterday. There's one thing we need to address. There's a few things actually. We don't have much time. Let me just go back. I'm sorry, but we gotta keep the flow going. So yesterday we did 47. Prabhupada said, let me see if I can find it. This is one interesting sentence. All the disciplic devotees of the Lord could see the universal form which was shown to Arjuna by the mercy of Krishna. So it's understood that the demigods are disciplic devotees. There's 4 disciplic successions: the Sri Sampradaya, the Rudra Sampradaya, the Brahma Sampradaya, that's where you are now, and I'm not sure what it's called exactly, the 4 Kumara, or the Kumara Sampradaya. So these are 4 gurus. And if you're not in one of these sampradayas, then you are not bona fide. It's called Apa Sampradaya. Something else. So the demigods are they're in the disciplic, what does Prabhupada says here? Disciplic devotees. So I'm not quite sure which succession that would be. I probably the Brahma Sampradaya. I don't know. You tell me. Anybody wants to have a guess? 47 disciplic devotees. He's talking about the demigods, you see? Because the demigods could also see. That's what we're talking about today also. So you don't know either? No. No, I was just wondering. He's saying that there's 4 sampradayas, so he's saying they're in disciplic succession. I was just wondering the demigods in which disciplic succession they would be. I'm gathering it's Brahma Sampradaya. It could be Sri Sampradaya also. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, here it is in the 45, text 45. It says, this universal form is material and temporary, as the material world is temporary. So we discussed it a few days ago, that in the 5th text, Prabhupada says, he says, as the material nature is manifested and not manifested, similarly this universal form of Krishna is manifested and not manifested. And before that he says, Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in his universal form, which, although a transcendental form, is just manifested for the cosmic manifestation and is therefore subject to the temporary time of this material nature. So, personally, it's very clear that the universal form is spiritual, because also Krishna says that it is manifested by my internal potency. He was saying that also, so the thing is, it's just temporary, I think that's what Prabhupada is also saying in purport of 45. He's saying that although he does say that it is material, but he gives the example, the universe form is material and temporary, as the material world is temporary. So in that sense, it's material, because it's temporary. Because generally, anything that is temporary is considered material. So, you can have different definitions of what is material. So in that sense, you could say it is material because it is temporary. And there is no universal form in the spiritual world like Nrsimhadev and Varahadev. They all have their planets. Like I said, Krishna was saying that this universal form is created by my yoga, by my internal potency. When did he say that? Let me see if I can find it for you. Maybe it was in one of those verses. I'm just reading over it, Anyway, anybody has any comments on that or questions? Comments? No comments? It's clear for you? It's not so clear for me. I explained it in line? You think my explanation is good? Otherwise I need to hear a comment, huh? If you don't say anything, means you agree. Generally. Yeah, the thing is, we have to try to understand things. You know, we can just take one little quote there and one little quote there, and there's a controversy. I think we just have to understand things. Prabhupada is explaining it. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. I just told you, we have to try and understand. Sorry. Huh? Yeah. I'm sorry? No, but I refer to text number 5, Prabhu. You've read that? Yeah. So you want to read that again also? Well, then I will read it again. Well, I think I do have to. You know, in text number 5, Prabhupada says, although a transcendental form is just manifested for the cosmic manifestation and is therefore subject to temporary time of this material nature. So it's a transcendental form, it says here very clearly. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I'm trying to explain to you, again for the third time, that we have to try and understand. So there's no polemic? There's no polemic? Then what is the Siddhanta? He also says it's transcendental. So there is a polemic right there. Right. It looks like that. And I think I explained it. And therefore I ask for comments. No, I want to clarify this. Okay, in text 5, Prabhupada says it's transcendental form. In text 47, he says it is a material form. He says, you know, we're studying Bhagavad-gītā, Prabhu. I'm giving the class, and I think this is important. It also is concerning 48, you know. Yeah, so I want to make it clear. It's important to understand these things. Okay, bro. I didn't really ask for this kind of opinion. I just wanted to have a philosophical point made. And I think it needs to be cleared up, especially seeing your reaction. So, I mean, you seem to be pretty, you know, convinced. No, I asked you, you say there is contradictory statements, right? Did you say that or not? Okay. Here it is, Atma Yoga in text 47. That is what I was talking about. Internal potency, Prabhupada translates it. Atma Yoga. So I'll just repeat what I just said, that we have to try to understand what Prabhupada is telling us and not just have different, oh, he's saying this and oh, he's saying that. It's contradictory. It's okay, Prabhu. Let me finish, please. Thank you. Can you please let me finish? Thank you very much. So, it's very important that we try to understand things, and not just take one purport. Oh, it is contradicting this purport. Prabhupada is writing these purports in a certain mood, according to the text. And he is explaining us what is universal form, that is actually inconceivable. We cannot really understand it. That's what I said in the beginning, it's a very difficult subject matter. So, again, my conclusion is that it is definitely spiritual, although it is temporary. And anything that is temporary is considered material. So in that sense, it could be considered material. That is why Prabhupada is stating that in this particular purport. But generally also, by the Sanskrit I just gave you, yoga kshemam, or atma yoga, my yoga, we can see that from Krishna's words is a spiritual form. Because it's... Please, we've been over this. There is one statement where he says it's transcendental, and another statement where he says it's material. So I'm trying to reconcile the two statements. Very good. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, and transcendental is transcendental. From text number 5. From text number 5, it says, the universal form, although a transcendental form. That's why I'm trying to explain it to you. I do. I'm explaining the purport. I'm explaining the purport that where Prabhupada says that it is manifesting and non-manifesting, and therefore considered material. No, the one who is going on is you. The one who is going on is you. I'm just trying to explain matters. As I'm giving the class, I am supposed to explain things, and you're supposed to listen. You see, and if you're not able to do that, then maybe you shouldn't come to the class. No, now I will move on. But try to understand this one point. That if you come to the class, then you should... Prabhu, please, let me finish. If you come to the class, you should try to listen. No, I am speaking now. I'm asking you to listen. And if you cannot do that, then maybe you should not come to the class. Okay, I'm going to stop now. Thank you very much. I think it's very clear. Okay, Hare Krishna.